Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the internet starring the bad movie fiends.
Oh, we're live.
Hey.
Whoa, I gotta mute us. Hey, hot mic. No, mute. There it is.
Ah.
Caller, can you turn down your radio?
Sorry, this one's got the that little fancy bar at the top.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, you got to do all the touchy bits.
I don't like it. I'm bumping my my lights down. Not used to these lights. Yeah, it's a little...
I'm also about to fire up the chat, so we may get even more double talk, but I will try to be quick on the draw. Chat, so see, we may.
Oh,
get
God.
Oh my God!
Oh, God.
It's just not.
What a nightmare!
Not being responsive today.
Wait, what do you mean? Like, I see it's subscribers only, right?
Oh,
The chat.
Oh, yeah, I think we made that change
Oh, yeah.
a few weeks ago. Oh, I see what you mean about the color wash.
Uh-huh.
It's hard to see with this light blazing in my goddamn face, but
Oh, you're fine.
no, I'm not.
Definitely, we're not in shadow anymore. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good thing. It highlights the under hat area. All right,
The
I have
under
tweeted.
hat. I'm gonna make mine yellow. See how that changes things.
Oh, yeah.
I was blending in too much with my hat.
Now you're much more modern color schemed. Actually, that worked. That worked wonders for both of you.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
his bleeds over
Yeah.
in the mine
Yeah.
a lot.
That looks like me.
Now you made me look not lit correctly.
You look fine. You look wonderful.
Oh, you went to yellow. Yeah.
I did.
And it was all yellow.
Whoa.
Yeah, fucking turbo mode.
Holy God.
All right.
I look like I'm in one of those alien movies or something where it's like,
Don't go into the light, Caroline.
yeah, that's too clinical looking. That is way too clinical looking. Can't do that color. Oh, God, no, not that either. Yeah, definitely yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just doing yellow all the way down because that's all that's going to work for me. So.
Ooh, yeah, that's hideous.
Yeah, way too clinical. You got to go warm.
What about that?
Got to be incandescent.
Speaking of warm, it is warm in here with this hoodie on.
Yeah, I mean, I turned the fan off until it warms up in here.
No, it's
'cause
fine.
It was getting chilly.
No, I'm good. I don't know. I guess it's my age.
It is your age.
I get-
You are
I
very
get
old.
warm quickly and cold quickly. Work like I chug water. I drink so much goddamn water a day.
I just sometimes get hot flashes,
Yeah, that too.
I'm going through menopause.
He-menopause.
I just realized we're like an hour early.
We are.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Did
Whoops.
anyone tweet it or anything?
I just tweeted it.
Should I log back into Twitter just to retweet this?
No, you don't have to.
Okay, good. Because I'm not gonna. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you for giving
oh,
me
you didn't
permission
delete
not
it?
to.
Like you just logged out? Like
Yeah,
You didn't nuke it from
I
Orbit?
well, I deleted the app off my phone because I didn't want that. That was like
see, I thought you were like, I deleted my Twitter account. Like, it's gone.
no,
Nuke it from Orbit.
no. I should. I really should, but it's. I don't know. I just have this weird attachment to it that I don't quite want to. I feel like I should download everything for one.
Yeah, download the archive. It's in there. That's a setting.
But even then, it's just
I mean,
like
it spits it out in a stupid
that's
Excel format. But
Yeah,
like,
but it's just going to
Really?
be like.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But it's just going to be digital detritus. It's like I've got this thing, and it's like, do I really even need this? Like, who cares what I said about Radiohead in 2009?
Probably Radiohead.
No,
No, they
Tom
don't.
York.
they're probably the last people to
Oh.
care what I think about Radiohead
Okay.
because they're sick of hearing from guys like me. They're like, "Oh, is he a white Gen Xer?"
Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
Right.
At least if I was Radiohead, that would be my feeling
True.
on my opinion of Radiohead.
Can I get a different color temperature on this LCD? That's what I need to know.
On which
It's awful. This
the screen?
screen is, yeah. It's,
there's not a contrast adjustment thing.
I can turn it.
I'm pretty sure he had an OLED screen on that Surface. I think there might have been.
It's a nice screen.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about your thing.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you use OLED and go back to normal LED. You're like, oh, it sucks.
Like, my phone screen is 1,000,000 times better than this thing.
That is really dim.
I did
Like,
dim
that's
it.
exceptionally dim.
Well, I did dim it and I turned on nightlight because it was super cold.
Nightlight.
It was a super cold white,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just like the. Here, I'll turn nightlight off and show you how bad it is.
I'm fascinated.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Get with the times,
That looks,
Samsung Chromebook.
now I
It's
can
so
spy.
it's so
on you.
blue though.
It's kind of blue. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean this Chromebook was cheap when we got it, so
How many years ago was that?
5, 4 or 5.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe, I don't know, when the first batch decided to stop being supported. We had 2, I believe, and then they were like, can't get updates anymore, and web pages stopped working. And or maybe we just had 1. Maybe it was just Chuck's. I don't know.
Yeah, this one said it's like they're not going to support it very much longer.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Yes. Damn it. Like, I mean,
It's no big deal.
I mean, it's just also stupid because it's like, it's not like it actually takes more power to run this new shit. You're just making e-waste.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like any ARM-based CPU can run Chrome OS. I mean, it's not much.
That's the way love goes.
Mm-hmm.
Do. Change this to live chat.
I guess it's been longer than I thought that we've had those, if they're end-of-lifing it. I should get a quieter drink.
No. You got Baja Blast. That's all that matters.
Bajablist. That's when I was typing to you that I would like a Bajablist. That's how I hoped you heard it in
I
my
did,
voice.
actually.
One Bajablist.
I have taught
please.
my phone that it is all one word, lowercase.
A good old
And so when
Bajablist.
I start typing B-A-J, it's just like, do you mean Bajablist? And they're like, I sure do.
You're goddamn right.
I do mean Bajablist.
What up, Curtis?
Sometimes, like, I feel like this is like off the cuff, and there's no one here that's going to care about this. But it's just a question I have that, like, sometimes I don't know the autocorrect. Like, you know, it learns from you, but also I think it learns from other people, and I've never quite understood like where that delineation is because what was it? I was typing something to somebody, and I typed out Veronica Mars. I was talking about the show, and like my autocorrect literally was like, "Do you mean marshmallow?" Which was like what the fans of the show called themselves. It was a whole
Really?
thing. Yeah, I was like, "Are you serious? Like that's
Yeah, it's a little.
fucking weird." Like I know that didn't come from me. I did not.
Yeah.
I've not talked on my phone enough about Veronica Mars to like.
I feel like if my phone was smart enough, every time I type only, it would not put O space capital L U
Uh-huh.
because I always miss the N. Like the N is the one key on my phone. I guess my thumb is just like shaped wrong for it or something, and I always
And
hit space.
I'm always adding extra ones because it's near the return. I think I don't know why I feel like I need to return on texts and things, but then I go hit send and it's like, oh, there's an N, bonus N.
I do like that iOS has an edit texts feature, but you can only do it once.
Oh,
Interesting.
So don't miss your typo the second time.
Yeah, I hit Z or Shift or A. They're all sort of interchangeable, and you would think that I've had Swift key for like 6 years now.
is that the swipey one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But it also is really good at predictive text. So you'd think it would have learned by now that if there's a shift in the middle of a word, that I probably didn't mean that, but it doesn't. It doesn't understand that. Look at that high quality logo in the middle of the screen there. It's good stuff.
Should be bigger. Can you make the logo bigger?
Would you like me to make it pop?
Yes. Yeah.
I can throw some drop shadow on it.
I need a starburst, please.
Okay, but you want a starburst, and
Yeah.
yeah, you can have one, but not right now. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and live program a transition while we're online.
No. Just
Oh,
just
man.
a burst, just one of those
Oh.
little jagged starbursts around
Just a
it.
star wipe.
Okay. Just a
Yeah.
starburst on the logo. I got you.
Yeah. Not a star wipe. It's
Gotcha.
a starburst.
See, I hear star, and I immediately think star wipes because they're the best wipes.
They're all right.
Hello, Quinn.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Oh man, it's good to be back.
We have fun here.
I'm going to admit I could not watch the live streams while I was gone.
Are you too jealous? By the way,
Yes.
everybody, look, Mackie's back.
Hey, I'm
Mackie
back.
is back from the farm.
I live here now.
Here,
about
in this
that?
very room.
Yes. Every once in a while, one actually does come back from the farm, and that is me. I came back from the farm.
Kill it. He's from the pet cemetery. The ground out there is sour.
But I would find myself, like, when I did watch, I'd be interjecting jokes, and then no one would be responding because you guys were actually doing a show, and I was not a part of it.
Oh.
So mentally, I would be interjecting jokes. And I'm like, that was a damn good joke, and now it's gone forever.
You should have just sent a recording
no.
of yourself making that joke, and we could just
No.
insert it. Just give us a timestamp.
That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Yeah.
So speaking of good jokes that I probably will never be able to make ever again, so I'll just deliver it in an awkward way here now. It was a live joke, like it was a reactionary kind of joke, so it was extra good at the time. But we love our portmanteaus, and then we also love fucking with the word portmanteau itself.
Yes.
But we were watching, Tommy and I were watching something that was happening. It involved like ancient Roman shit and stuff like that. And he miscorrectly said like it was Greek, and I was like, actually no, it's Roman. And I basically somehow we were talking about combining things, and I was like, it's a romanto, and I was like, yeah.
He should have said it's all Greek to me.
Yeah. But yes, I was like, anytime there's a Italian conjunctive of words, it's a romanto.
Nice.
I like it. The 42. You know who the 42 is?
I don't. It counts as some sort of posting. I don't know what you're referring to because I have the brain of a squirrel on LSD. So remind me if you're referring to something. But
Did you beckon people to post?
I said for people to join us for Ninjanuary,
I like it.
which is
I see.
not a bad joke.
I mean, I think. I like to believe there's a whole lot more people here that can't be seen. Like we actually have a huge audience right now, and they're just all hardcore participating in January right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're hiding.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I yelled at everybody for not posting on Discord, so this does not count because it's not on Discord. But I will give you a momentary reprieve for posting in the live chat.
Yeah,
The Discord's good. It kept me in touch with everyone.
Yeah.
I believe people are so into January that like we actually have higher numbers in like the Pauls and
Correct.
and that
Mr. Beast.
oatmeal pie guy or whatever, and
Yeah. Oatmeal
all
pie.
those people.
I don't know who those people are.
I don't know what I just didn't want to say that.
I'm too old to know who those people
You
are.
could say Mr. Beast since he seems like
Okay.
a decent guy.
Is he the one that made like basically did Squid Game, all the games, and then everyone was like, "That's real original. Good job."
Except without the death, and you just won money. Like, that's fine. I know it's unoriginal, but also he just gives away a shitload of money all the time, and that's kind of okay.
That's what I haven't. I know we're not casting yet, but like I haven't understood how people become like YouTube multimillionaires. Where they just got shit tons of money to throw away. Because like from everything I've seen, like our channel has made a total of like $8 in 13 years on YouTube.
Yeah.
And they kept making it harder and harder for people to monetize YouTube. So like you could have, because it used to be like like whoever did Charlie Bit Me,
Yeah.
you could have that was probably literally the only video on their channel, but it probably has 100 million views at least.
Yeah.
But
and
they weren't allowed to monetize it because they don't have like a history of whatever.
Views, like straight up views, and especially like a shitload of views.
Sponsorships.
Rolled that too. I was
Yeah.
getting there.
Yeah.
Once you get you get 1 million views, you make like 10 grand, whatever. But then views within a certain time period, views that YouTube is able to sell to advertisers, And then the big thing right now is sponsorships. Every
Yeah.
every moderately successful YouTube channel I know has a sponsor every video
Yeah.
because
well,
they're not making as much money on YouTube.
Yeah, I watch board game stuff.
Yeah.
And they're all right now World Series of Board Gaming. Like just bought like basically every channel with more than like 5,000 subscribers
Yeah.
has, a sponsored post where it's like, "Hey, oh yeah, by the way, World Series of Board Gaming, go check that out."
Right. And we've never
That's
tried
a
to.
thing.
I guess
They just started it.
Yeah.
It's
I don't want to see competitive Catan, but somebody does, I'm sure.
it's more for people to actually participate in it. Like go out there and play, but and I think it's like you play like there's like 16 different games that they have. So it's not necessarily Catan, but it's like a lot of other stuff.
Are we
Right.
talking like classic games or new games or just you don't know? You just have to be good at games. And
I don't
Only
remember.
German engineering.
that seems like a weird-
deck builders.
Well, I mean,
thing.
like I think Arc Nova was one of the big ones, like one of the biggest games that came out last year, and that was a part of it.
Okay.
And that's a game that's like basically came out beginning of 2023.
Yeah, I mean, like I know they have big giant Scrabble tournaments and things like that because people have been playing Scrabble for 80
Yeah. Oh,
years.
yeah.
But it's like, it's like become chess. It's like a thing you could plan for and know the
Yeah,
strategies.
I think it's more enthusiast focused because it's not like, okay, we're gonna have a Go championship here. They're not. It's not like that.
Right.
We don't have chess masters showing up. It's more. I think Catan is still in it. They might have Carcassonne, but it's more like, okay, I'm trying to even think of something that would be competitive that people are really
Shoots and
into.
ladders,
Yeah.
Candyland.
How well do you roll dice?
Pandemic.
Pop-O-Matic Trouble.
Bobble.
Yeah, I don't know if they have. They probably don't have bluffing games in it because that wouldn't make sense. But a lot of deduction type stuff, I'm sure, is in there.
Secret Hitler Championship. My sister loves Secret Hitler.
That's just called the Congress.
And thanks, Moon. I've had this mic holder for. I don't even remember how I got this guy. I think he was either with an Alien video game or he came with like a box set or something.
One of the two.
I know he was like a giveaway at some point because he actually has a suction cup on the back of him. Well, it's gone now. I don't know where it went, but
It's on the table somewhere.
It
or
used to
something.
be on my fridge. It was suction cup to the side of my fridge. But the tail is, that whatever that
Bendy
wire
wire,
filled
yeah.
thing. Yeah,
Nice.
I like it. But anyway, yeah, YouTube.
Yeah.
How people make millions on YouTube.
Yeah, and
even
we don't-
without sponsorship.
So we also don't chase the algorithm. We don't post very often.
yeah,
We post
I'm-
3-hour live streams, and that's pretty much it.
And that's the thing.
And nobody
too,
likes
like,
us.
I wouldn't want to be successful on YouTube because, well, from what I've seen from people that are even moderately successful, they're just like they can't do experimental fun. Like we just wanted to do this thing because when they don't perform, the algorithm's like, oh, people are over you. Goodbye.
Yeah,
and,
well,
we'll start locking. Basically not pushing their channel into
Yeah.
people's feeds anymore.
I think that's where the sponsorships help a lot. Like if you get a good subscriber base and you do sponsorships, then you can keep doing well.
Yeah. Yeah, it does seem like it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy type thing on YouTube. It's like once you've reached a certain point where they're like, all right, now you're popular. You're like, you're done. Like
Yeah.
you're set almost.
Yep. But then you have stuff like people that don't leave well enough alone and they chase the dragon, like the King of Random. Like R.I.P. that dude. He seemed like an all right guy. But he was posting like a video a day for who knows how long.
I know people that post
Like
like
5 times a week.
2-3 a day.
Yeah.
They'll post like 20 videos a week.
Yeah, it's
And they're not short. They're like half-hour deals. It's like, what the
yeah, it's
shit?
insane. And a lot of people I've noticed a lot of people actually have video editors. Like a lot of the gaming channels that I watch, they'll have somebody that does all of their editing for them. Like this guy that started in 2020, Real Civil Engineer, really entertaining channel. I like it. He's got 2 editors, and like he started off doing all of his video editing himself, and now he has 2 guys that are not quite full-time, but mostly full-time, doing all of his editing. I can't imagine, like, how much he has to pay those guys. It's that kind of stuff is insane. Like, nobody knows this yet, and we were going to reveal it on the show, but, like, we're changing some stuff up right now, and we're looking into paying somebody to edit our podcasts. And even at a really starkly discounted rate, I think, it was still going to be kind of expensive to have all of the podcasts edited by somebody else.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, people got to make their money.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You know, because I think about what I'd charge, and I'd be like, yeah, that's fair. That's actually
Oh, yeah,
really
yeah.
fair.
No. I like the rate we were quoted is a very, very competitive rate.
Yeah.
But like these people are making enough to basically pay a full-time crew on YouTube, and that's insane.
Yeah. I must be nice.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Like, I don't know.
I keep trying to think of some way to bend my personality into a successful YouTube channel, and I'm not that exciting.
Same. I mean, in more than one way, I've thought that, and then I'm like, no. Like,
you have to do it for the love to start off with. You absolutely have to do it because you enjoy doing it, or you will die a swift death on the vine.
Yeah. And any topic or whatever, you can't just like explore old shit. It has to be like, okay, what's on the zeitgeist right now? Like, because nobody cares otherwise.
Yeah.
Seems to be the thing. But I also, like, I can't figure out, I know Chuck had problems with this, obviously, with his series, where it was just like copyright flag, copyright flag, copyright flag. And I see guys like doing video essays on Marvel movies and shit, and I'm like, how are you monetized?
They're not.
Yeah.
Patreon.
So they're basically just like, go to the Patreon because here's this thing.
Yep.
But
Like,
how do they even get the footage to show? Because like so often, Chuck, a lot of things that Chuck would try and use, they'd be like, no, you can't even show this.
yeah,
Like,
I think
we
it's
are,
a lot.
Like, I think it was Universal was like, nope, nothing.
I
Shut
think it's
it
a
down.
lot easier with like modern popular movies. They want stuff like that out there.
Yeah.
So like the Everything Great About channel, and
Yeah.
also the Everything Wrong With channel. They both use a shitload of content directly from the movie. But that's exposure for those companies, so they allow it to happen, I guess.
some of the lesser channels I've seen, I don't know. They must know how the robots are scanning for these things, because I've seen where, they'll mute scenes, they'll reverse scenes. Like,
Yeah.
and so I don't know if it just doesn't grab that that's what the thing is if you do certain weird, or they'll zoom in on a 235 to, so it looks kind of blown up and weird, but, you're still getting the right context for whatever, but yeah.
The robots are apparently very good, but yeah. I think they do just enough to get them to like let them put the video on YouTube. So are you taking the George Harrison? Is that what you're doing there?
No, I don't know if I'm Harrison. I got to think about that. This is a very tough one.
You're saying. Oh, sorry, I misread. Harlow is George Harrison. That's I think you'd make a good George Harrison.
I mean, I don't know. I think of myself as kind of the Paul, because Paul's a goofball and I'm fucking goofy. I'm just saying, like, he's...
What a perfect delivery for that line.
Yeah, I mean, like, like you watch, like, Hard Day's Night and stuff, he's the cornball in it,
Yeah.
And, I mean, I love my dad jokes and stuff like that. I mean, we were looking for Paul's grandpa. And
So we're stuck fighting over Lennon and Harrison, huh?
I have the hair for... Well...
The hair or something?
Yeah. I have the hair for either, really.
Wow. Harrison went...
How many
I'd
illegal...
probably rather be Harrison because I like all his songs best.
Fair enough.
Aside from
Lennon's kind
Tomorrow Never Knows is kind of like the only...
Lennon's kind of a dick. But also, like, I would never enable a Yoko Ono type, but...
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, none of us had a Yoko.
Yeah. Nobody's
The
managed...
closest is Jen, like, please be home before 1.
Right.
I'm tired of that. And I was like, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
That is a very reasonable request.
Right.
Be home before 1 on weeknights.
Yeah, so all of our, like, Waltz and Tobias's, those were all our Pete Bests.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. So
All right,
enough this across the
Yep.
universe and shit.
So,
Yeah.
is it time?
Limber
It's
up
time
here.
to clap and go.
Clap and go. What episode number is it?
That's a good question.
565.
That sounds accurate.
I think that's right.
That is correct.
Okay.
Look at me knowing a thing.
Do we want to? I mean, are we just going to bring up whatever when we actually start? Is that how we're doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
I'll
introduce
jump into
ourselves
it.
and then
Okay.
we'll
I'll
get
jump into it since
Thank you.
I'm last on the thing.
All
Yeah.
right.
Oh, way louder. It's got to be
no,
louder.
come on, bring it.
That was bad. All right, and welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey,
BMFcast.
BMFcast.
Episode 565.
That's-
Nintendo 560.
It's
Yeah,
like a
it's
year and 200 extra days.
Sure. Sounds about right.
So I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ, and Chuck is not going to be with us this week. Chuck's not going to be with us for an undetermined number of weeks. He's taking a little breaky break. Needs to sort some things out with his god.
He heard I was coming back, and
Yeah.
he was like, I'm out.
Fucking hate that guy.
He's like, that dick.
He thought he
He's
finally got
back.
rid of you by sabotaging all of your home purchasing experiences,
Yeah.
but
We have a real Highlander situation going on here.
we do.
Yeah. I gave him 4 months of peace. That peace
Right.
has ended.
But we got on the bright side, we got Mackie back.
Hey, I'm back.
That's exciting.
I feel like I was just, hey, just fawns you guys.
Yeah, you did. Fonz us a little. Yeah.
But I'm very excited to be back.
Yeah,
I'm very
me too.
excited to be here in town at my house.
And also here in this studio.
Yes, that too.
Yeah. But-
It's weird because like we've gone out and like just randomly run into people. Which,
Oh, yeah.
like
Just out on the town.
we forgot what that's like because we lived in basically a retirement city. So it was like we never saw anybody that we recognized ever. The only people that recognized us is like the owner of Panhead's Pizza.
Oh, yeah. That's
Because he's like, oh, you guy are back, huh? I'm like, yeah, give me that fucking hair of the dog pizza right now.
hell yeah. But also, Chuck was doing all of our editing, and that's going to now move into my sweet little hands.
Mm-hmm.
So things are going to be a little bit different for a little bit. Might be a little less polished for a few episodes until I get my groove in. So I would like to thoroughly apologize for any bullshit that happens until...
These people are going to realize all the editing Chuck was doing.
Right, yeah.
Like he was taking out ums and pauses, and you're like, nope,
Nope,
cut,
leave
print, send it.
it in. Leave it in. We're going back to...
Going for verisimilitude.
We're going full bush, if you will.
Like
No
the
trim
president
whatsoever.
or the pubic region.
Pubic region.
Okay,
yeah.
good. I mean, because either one's a dicey situation.
Hey, listen, you're either for the BMFcast or you're against
okay,
the BMFcast,
all right,
all
yeah,
right?
all right. Just making sure we're on the same page here. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wanted to get that out of the way, and welcome to Ninjanuary.
Oh right,
Yes.
yes. That is usually.
Congratulations! It's
I
another
usually do
fucking
some
theme
what we
month.
do and all that, but if you're here and you've sat through all that, you know.
Hey,
Each
what
and
do we
every
do?
week on the BMFcast.
I haven't been here. I
Oh.
forgot what we do.
Did you know that each and every episode on the BMFcast we go and watch ourselves a quote unquote bad movie?
Oh,
Ooh.
cool. We did that tonight.
Yeah, you know what? And then we come in here and we talk about it.
Yeah.
Yep, and then they get ratings. The good bad movies, the enjoyable bad movies, they get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Oh, fuck yes. Robot
Yeah,
Jocks.
see, those are good times.
remember that
yeah,
one.
Yeah, but then
That
there's
was like 13 years ago.
but then there's bad movies. So stay away. They getting negative likes. 1 to 5 bags, as in giant bags of trash.
Boo.
Yeah.
We don't like
That's
trash.
more, that's more like the forbidden zones and things like that.
I remember that one too.
Right. Yeah.
Not as enthusiastically.
Right.
Damn.
So, yes, as you said, we are doing Nin January because
Yeah.
you didn't see that coming. We were starting with 1985's 9 Deaths of the Ninja,
Correct.
which show Kazuki, because when you think ninja,
Show enough. Show Kazuki.
And his son.
his sons.
Yeah, multiple sons, imported and domestic.
Zane and
One of them was
Shane.
Cain.
Kane
One of them was
Shane and
Cain
Cain.
because
Shane and Kane.
there's a prominent fight in this in which he fights people with a cane, and I went, "Oh, there's Kane Kazugi." Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
I apologize for missing that joke
that's fine.
in the theater.
Yeah.
So, the first thing you need to know about 9 Deaths of the Ninja is that there are no ninjas that will die 9 deaths.
Right. They're not no cat ninjas.
Correct.
Cats are kind of ninjas though. There's nature's ninjas, like cats and hippos.
Right.
Just so you
Although
know.
our white protagonist does try to murder himself a lot of pussy.
Yes, and he does
Yeah.
maybe try to get Shokazugi killed a lot because he just sits back and watches. Sit back and watches. I don't know. He
Sits back and watches.
sits back and watches
Yeah.
him just fight people sometimes. And
The tone
smirk.
of this one is so weird because, like,
yeah.
when I think of Shokazugi, I think of like Pray for Death, where it's just like you just see him and you know that he's so pissed off and that he is just gonna murder everybody.
Yeah.
And here, he's not at all. He's like flippant and goofy, and his
Yeah.
sidekick is more flippant and more goofy.
This is a bad analogy, and just go with me a little bit. But like, what was the? Is it? God, we watched it for the show. The Jackie Chan movie that is just over the top nuts with like the Street Fighter ending and all that stuff. Is that Gorgeous? What is that called?
Oh shit!
Did we watch that for the BMFcast?
I
Or
believe we did.
that sounds like an extra thing.
Yeah, you might have done that for extra.
I thought we did that for BMFcast because it was like we were doing. I don't know, maybe not, but I'm just saying, like there's Jackie Chan Goofy that you're normally City Hunter. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
City
you,
Hunter,
Curtis.
yep,
Yes.
yeah.
So, yes, but I mean, there's a normal level of Jackie Chan goofiness in a standard movie, and then it was like somebody was like, let's cartoon this the fuck up, and that's
Yeah.
City Hunter. And I'm saying this is that vibe. It's just if normally Jackie Chan was a stone cold killer, more like Bruce Lee instead of goofy Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Not that I would pick a fight with Jackie Chan on any day of the week. I'm not saying that, but his
Yeah, but
his
Jackie
persona
Chan is super charismatic.
yes, his
He-
persona,
he's
yeah.
friendly and charismatic.
Right. Yeah, but
And
like
Shokazugi is not friendly and not charismatic.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
But this almost feels like they made a half-assed G.I. Joe movie.
Yeah.
It also feels like they made a half-ass Bond movie.
Yes.
A lot of this movie feels like, mid-70s Bond ripoff.
Well, yeah, and it's got that Bond. Hey, I can smash some pussy, or I can go fix this, but I'm just gonna smash instead.
Right.
But Shokazugi doesn't even do that, so it just kind of seems like he's just like,
No, it's just Brent or whatever his name is.
yeah, but it's just like they're just like shows like, yeah, I'll get to it after lunch, I guess.
Yeah,
The
the whole,
it is more
like,
what it feels like. It feels like, yeah, the project's not due till like Friday, so let's not sweat it.
Yeah. So let's set up the action of this movie. Basically, Shokazugi and Brent Huff, Steve Gordon.
Brent Huff.
Yeah, Brent Huff is his actual real life name. Steve Gordon is his character's name. They are members. They, along with
Officer Honeylips or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Control.
Jennifer Barnes,
Okay.
Control, or codename Foxy.
Okay.
They're all part of this
They're part of
Department
they're part
of
DART.
DART.
It's,
Yeah, it's
the
a
Department of
anti-terrorist.
Domestic
Anti-research or anti. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was DARPA.
domestic anti-terrorist research team. I
Sure.
think.
Okay.
So yeah, they're like
Or response maybe. That would probably
response
be,
team. That could be it. But yeah, they're like the most elite anti-terrorist squad on Earth.
Even though there's only 3 of them.
Yeah,
But
but they're amazing.
I think to go back to the GI
According to
Joe
the-
analogy. I mean, they are the most elite terrorist squad, like GI Joe from the cartoons are. I mean, in that most of the time, shit just happens where they happen to be. If you go back and watch any of the cartoons, it's like, hey, we're at the county fair this week to make a public appearance, and oh no, Cobra attacked the county fair, and now we got to fight them off, and we don't kill anybody, and they don't kill any of us, and we're back to doing this again next week. But I mean, and that's how this feels. It's just like,
Except people do die, but
sure, lots of bad guys, but not really.
Yeah.
I mean, the good guys are just like, oh no, I got an arrow, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
It starts with training exercises. They're
It
not
does.
presented as training exercises.
they're fighting
but-
the brave Mujahideen freedom
Yeah.
fighters in Afghanistan, aka the hills of Arizona.
Yeah. And there's some pretty bad action and like what look like choreographed really bad fake stabs. So
Yeah.
I like the little bit of the fake out there, like, oh, it's not really that.
Right. It's not really fake bad. It's
He
really
hasn't really stabbed that man in the shoulder.
Well, there's a weird there's a giveaway at the end that is like the worst giveaway or the tip of the hand or whatever, because like he ninja stars some dude that falls down and then he starts to walk away. That guy just starts to get up, and then it cuts away to like helicopters flying.
Well, yeah,
in.
he pulls the ninja star out, and
Right.
the guy gets up and like,
Yeah, whatever.
You know.
And it's just like, what? And then the helicopter show up, and you're like, oh, training exercise clearly. And but that, I mean, it's just not done well.
Yeah, but from there we are introduced to the group of people that are going to be kidnapped by terrorists.
It's a congressman, a bunch of kids, some old lady.
Yep. And a tour guide.
Yeah. This is taking place in Manila, I believe.
Yes, it is.
So they're taking a tour bus around Manila, and they end up in front of a wedding. And instead of the bride and groom going off to marital bliss, they turn out to be the bad guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
it wasn't a honeymoon; it was a honey hump.
Yes.
Because that is the lady's name.
She
Man.
is General Honey Hump or
I'm
something.
telling you now, like, the bad guys are the reason to watch this movie.
Okay.
Because their direction was cartoonish. And then, no, that's not cartoonish enough. Keep going.
Yeah, it's like, but it's cartoons from like the lens of like somebody who's never gotten history from anything other than cartoons. I mean, it just in terms of like, you know, the slightest bit of knowledge of history would make you go, well, that doesn't work. Because
Yes.
to paint the picture.
Let's
yeah,
start. We're
Okay.
introduced to Honey Hump,
Uh-huh.
who is played by Regina Richardson. And she is basically if you took Nichelle Nichols from Truck Turner giving the take off that fucking jacket Raquel speech, and just that energy level
Yeah.
in literally every scene she shows up in. I don't think that woman blinks
Yeah.
the entire movie.
But drop her into a costume that looks like Pam Grier from like one of the jungle women in prison movies. Because I mean, she's just wearing like
Yep.
almost nothing and giant fro and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, she's wearing like combat shorts
Yeah.
and one
And
of those
she is-
jungle
It's like a
shirts.
safari outfit, but like
Yeah.
with like
Yeah. She is
several sizes
insane.
too small. Yeah.
Insane this entire movie. Just
and, I mean,
cranked up to 15.
And she's not, I mean, other than it's a personality quirk or whatever you want to say of the character, she is a lesbian, and she has like these group of like her top ladies are like her lovers or whatever.
I think her top girls are German girls.
they
are.
are.
They're Nazis, right?
Yeah,
okay,
possibly, yeah. I mean, I think the implication is that this is all some weird dark Nazi plot or something that is like controlling the drug trade in Southeast Asia. But
I think it's just the guy is a crazy Nazi and has his like
that too, but
Nazi
yes.
girls along for
Yeah,
the
so
ride.
the Albie, is that the guy's name?
Albie
Yes.
the Cruel.
Okay, so Albie is like if White Prince was Dr. Strangelove.
yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just
That's-
saying like
Man,
like,
10 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm just saying like he is a white dude with like
I just-
Prince hair from
Yeah.
like the late '80s,
Yeah.
Bat Dance era, and but he's in a wheelchair doing Dr. Strangelove, but he's gay, and super German, and it's
a
like
Nazi, yeah.
and working with this,
Is he
this
gay?
lady
Also,
of color.
yes, and also has a capuchin monkey
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
that
just
does
saying,
not
like-
want to be there. That is not happy about being on his lap.
I'm just
in that
pointing out the
movie.
people that he's with and is in himself are all would be enemies of the state in the Nazi Empire.
Yes,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
just
he-
like-
yeah,
not
he's
wrong there.
Yeah, that's all I'm pointing out is like the irony of like, do you not? Okay, all right.
See, this is what makes me nostalgic for the 80s.
Okay.
Because it's like, if you put Nazis in your movie, it's just like, okay, they're the
Sure,
bad guys.
The bad guys, clearly.
Like, the audience, there's nobody in the audience who's like, yeah, Nazis. I'm going to root for those guys.
Yeah, well, there's some guys
I
in
miss
the
the
audience.
80s. All right.
There were Nazis in the 80s, but we didn't hear about them.
Yeah. They were rightfully shunned.
You're right.
But anyway, yeah. So, Albie is just another one who's just cranked up to 15. They're just
Yeah.
like, go for it, man.
His German accent is worse than my Jens impression, but he's also just going for it the entire fucking time.
And there's stuff like, I wonder if it's improvised or if it was written in. Like, there's a point where he puts a cigarette in his mouth and he tries to light it, and the lighter just doesn't work. And then he eventually just flips out and chucks the lighter. And
Was
shoots
that a
it.
Dr. Strangelove bit where he's trying to light a cigarette and can't?
I mean, that might have been he didn't shoot the lighter afterwards.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, like,
yeah, but it just feels like half of his scenes end up with him just going ah and throwing something and getting.
I don't think it was a
off.
lighter. I think it's just his hand kept getting stuck.
Yeah.
And, he just kept
Yeah,
clicking
okay,
it to
yeah.
like make it go down.
Yeah,
Or, because it kept wanting to,
yeah. But
Right.
these are our bad guys, and keep in mind this is a man in a wheelchair that they're wheeling around the jungle.
Yeah. So Honey Hump has 4 Amazon/Nazi ladies that fight for her in the same safari outfit as them. Then they have a cadre of dudes. One guy being Mr. Wolf, who's like, or Dr. Wolf is like the only one that's named, and his only real characteristic is that he's introduced that he likes to cut people open and see what they had to eat, but otherwise
For breakfast.
Otherwise, he is he's the count therapist. I mean, I'm sorry, he is the count the rapist. That's what it is.
Yes.
I'm sorry, there was a space there. I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's his personality trait. Is he keeps on trying that?
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
To our delight, he is unsuccessful both times. One of the times he gets his beehole burned by lighter fluid, but
Yeah, flame and taint.
the old flaint we call it.
Our man Flint. in like Flint.
Yeah. So they kidnap these people,
Take
You
him
know,
to the jungle.
take them to the jungle,
Yeah.
hold them in the jungle for a while, and they
And
make a video.
oh god,
They make a video that's like that Dr. Strangelove makes his demands, and he wants the release of some prisoner dude.
Yeah, we've seen him a brief scene where he got served food, and this character's I don't even remember what his name is. It's extremely generic Arabic name. It's like Mohammed bin Mohammed or something stupid like that. I'm just saying. It's that kind of level, but this man has no speaking parts in the whole movie. He just
No,
He
he
does
just
have
growls.
one line.
does he? He actually
Yeah, he
says
has
something.
one line.
Okay, I thought he just cackled the entire time.
I thought
No,
so
but
too.
most
but
of the time it's
Yeah,
yeah.
but he's also Dr. Strangelove's lover. I think is it's implied.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Kind
so.
of. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's
Or
really
at least Dr. Strangelove whatever wants
Yeah.
to be with this guy or whatever. I don't know.
he likes him a whole lot.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
say that.
But yes, they mostly just hang out and menace the kids and the people, including the tour guide lady several times because she's the pretty one. And then the kids prove that they can like get out and do stuff, but then don't try to escape really. Because I mean, these are Shokazuki's kids, 2 of the
Yeah.
kids anyway. But they're not his kids in the movie. They're actually supposed to be the kids of like the diplomat or whatever that's in the cage with them.
I guess.
I mean, in real life, they're his kids, but not in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but really, the only hostages that matter, like that, are given any personality. There's the one little girl who has heart medicine that the bad guys immediately steal, and just one guy just shotguns all the pills at once. And it's like, those are heart pills. Those are not. All you'll probably do is stop your own heart, sir.
Maybe they were like early Viagra. Like.
That man's a committed drug user because if there's a drug, he's going to use it.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that.
Again, it was the 80s where it was like, how do you code someone as bad? Drugs.
Right.
They just indiscriminately drug. So.
But
But that girl is basically gone from the movie from that point. Once they take her medication,
yeah, because
They're
she's
like-
just the
it's
vapors.
just to establish that they're bad. Shokusugi's kids, and that tour guide.
Right, yeah.
Otherwise, like it's like, yeah, the diplomat is there, but I don't think he ever says a line.
He's
in
a
the entire
congressman.
movie.
He has a line in the very beginning when
And
he's
never
introduced, and then
Sure.
never.
But yeah, I mean, they hang out in a cave for a while, and then they're like, oh no, Dart's going to find us, and they, trot him through the jungle to more like a Rambo camp where it's, bamboo
caves and
you know,
stuff.
Yeah,
cages and stuff. So.
yeah. But what happens is they send
That's a
their
terrible
demands.
way to phrase
Yeah.
POW camp, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, they phrase they send their demands in the world's poorest framed video, because they shoot the guy, but you don't even see them shoot the guy because they filmed it from behind his head.
And he doesn't even go for the head. He shoots him in like the heart. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's not effective.
So we don't even know. And I also like that he gives them he's about to give them a list of demands, and he starts reaching in his jacket and realizing he doesn't have the list, and he's like, and we will send the demands later.
Yeah, he says
they will be forthcoming.
yeah. The first thing is the release of Raji Raji Muhammad.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding, it's Raji. And he's like,
Again, this is a Nazi requesting Raji Muhammad be released.
he's just a big fan, I
Yeah.
think. But yeah, he requests that, and he says the first part of it is the details of that to be be provided forthcoming, and then he can't find the paper. But yeah, it's a weird delivery. Everything from that guy is a weird delivery, though.
Yeah, he flips out a couple times because like his monkey tries to mess with the lady one time, and then she tries to shoot the monkey, and
Yeah.
That monkey is flipping out the entire time,
that's
and
true.
like there's a scene that looks like it's maybe supposed to be slightly scripted, but it also looks. I mean, the reason I think it might be scripted-ish is because they left it in the movie, but also it might have been just like, oh, this is a weird scene. The cameras were rolling. Let's leave it. Because he's got the monkey's chain around his neck, and the monkey is flipping out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was just that happened, and they were like, "Oh, he did a bit out of it, so it's good enough for the movie."
Yeah.
There were several scenes like that. I think I forgot about the insert shot that's like almost in the harem. Remember, like when it cuts back and like he and the lady are sitting watching the ladies henchwomen dance and stuff.
And there's
Oh,
polka
yeah.
music in the
yeah,
background.
and they're listening to
Yeah,
polka
that's
music.
right.
Yeah, there's like, and then it just doesn't go anywhere. It's just like, look at how these guys hang out when they're being bad. And it's like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but eventually he sends the demands. The ambassador in Manila is like, we got to get Dart out here to fix this.
Which is the director of the movie, and I believe, or the producer or somebody, because like I'm pointing out that like
He's at least related to the
But I mean, like, because he's clearly not an actor, and also like the dude is like super Indian, and it's like you're the guy in charge in here in Manila. Like I don't know. It's just this movie
it's
like
VJ
has
arbitrage.
this movie has like no sense of like where people are from or you know anything.
Yeah,
like
I meant to look that up, or at least look in the credits, and I
Dude,
didn't.
he's in Octopussy.
Oh, well, there you go. So like, I'm sorry, I take it back. He's clearly an actor because that is the film of the
Yeah.
highest caliber.
It's not bad. You should watch it again.
It's pretty bad. I hate it.
Better than you think.
No, I hate it. Sorry. But anyway, yeah.
Oh,
But the thing is, like, we're introduced. We get why Shokasugi is part of the group is because he was given a ninja test to kill a bunch of other ninjas, and there was a woman ninja that he doesn't kill, and so his sensei is basically like, you can't be a ninja.
Yeah, he got kicked out of ninja school.
Yeah.
And,
Even though you were chosen as the best one, we're kicking you out because you didn't do one thing.
yeah, it's weird. It's like, hey, we spent years training you, and we selected you for this test. I mean, you might want to just like throw a little hint, like kill everyone, like just throw that out before
He's
you
a
get on the
ninja.
course.
It's understood.
I mean, you know, just like if that's the rule of like we're gonna test whether or not you will kill a lady or whatever,
Yeah,
child. I don't
I
know,
don't
whatever your holdups are. Just you know, like, hey, you're gonna fail if you don't.
It was probably in chapter 4, and he
Oh.
just didn't read it
I got you.
because
Skipped
he's a
over
bad
that.
ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're very chill. Then they're called in, so they head out there to Manila to save the kids. And then they just spend like the next 45 minutes kind of just fucking around.
Wandering around Manila, yeah.
Like not even really doing like they go to an art museum for some reason and then some guy takes a picture of them and they can't get to him.
There's a plot thread through the art museum that there's some connection to the whole enterprise through the art museum, and they're trying to suss it out, but they're really casual about it. Like the movie is also very casual about the whole thing.
There's also, I mean, basically just because the diplomat or whatever, or I guess that's what he is. The guy, the producer guy, has his hot secretary. So there's a whole like thing where you know American stud guy decides to take her out, and then like they get followed because they just keep getting attacked. This is like the very G.I. Joe nature of this movie. Is just like he's like, well, I'm going to take Miss Lee out because she's hot, and I guess I know we're supposed to be finding kidnapped kids and stuff, but. Whatever, I'm going to go pump her for information. Ha ha ha. He probably doesn't say that, but like
He didn't.
just those kind
He's
of
the type
lines.
of guy that
yeah,
would.
right. And anyway, and so then it's just like Shokazuki follows them to their date, and they get attacked, and like nothing comes from it other than like I think they grab one henchman. They usually like leave one henchman alive, and they're like, well, he doesn't know anything. Shit. Anyway, back to hanging out by the pool.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that is kind of what happened. Is they just kind of like, whatever, and then eventually they do let the what was it, the Muhammad
Raji.
They let Raji out, and then they are just going to tail him because that's what they're going to do. He's going to lead them right where they need to go, and this guy loses the most elite anti-terrorist unit on Earth.
In a horse-drawn, a
4
pony-drawn
times.
carriage.
He ditches
Yes.
them 4 different times. 4 times they catch up with him. One of them is like, Sho Kosugi gets in this whole big fight and is doing all this stuff. And he's like, I lost him. And then his asshole buddy's just like, yeah, I bet you did. I see him outside right now. And it's like, you dick. Like you've got these super watches that one like somehow was tracking the guy's clothing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that like they've established that they have tracking technology, and that's how he found him on the date. And yet they don't decide to employ that same technology and maybe put it on the car that he's getting in. You know,
No, they put it on his clothes apparently, and
is that
still
what
managed to lose him because the movie needed them to
Of
lose
course.
him.
Yeah.
You know.
But yes, I mean it includes like there's a jaunt through a cat house, brothel,
yeah.
whatever. I mean it's just like, and that's a whole scene because like it's dumb. It's like Sho Kosugi walks in like he's a customer, and it's like, why? Like, why would you not just walk in? Yeah,
Like,
why go through all that and just be
time
like,
is of the essence
yeah,
of
seriously.
getting
There's
this guy.
there's a lot of fucking around for this.
And he also
elite stuff.
spent $50 on that,
That's true, yeah.
which is like, come on, show.
Yeah. In Manila, no less.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
the girl he picked. Come on, but
yeah. He was clearly bargain hunting.
I guess, but
I think the thing that they don't fundamentally understand about the Bond movies that they're trying to emulate is it's not like he's ever fucking around. He always knows where he's going and what he's doing.
right.
And he knows when he doesn't have to rush to get there. And the difference is these people have no idea where they're going or what they're looking for, and they're still in no hurry. Where it's like, no, these children are going to die if you don't save them, and it comes off as nonchalant and that they don't care. Whereas with Bond, it's nonchalant because he knows that he's already got it under control, and that's
Yes.
the fundamental difference that this movie clearly does not understand in any way.
I
Sorry.
can't say it any better than that. No, you just like
I mean, maybe I'm summing up the entire movie, but I'm just saying why these
Pretty
scenes
much, yeah.
why these scenes don't work, because it just feels like they're just fucking around and being idiots
Yeah.
instead of actually being in control of a situation and,
And also
doing what they need to be
I mean,
doing.
you also generally have no idea what the hierarchy of the villainy is, other than, it seems that Wheelchair Guy and Foxy Mama are in charge, and it's just like, other than that, there's the No Chen guy that we didn't even mention that like seems like he's going to be one of the mini bosses that he's going to have to fight on the way, and he dies in the stupidest fucking
he
way.
dies falling off of the stairs
Like
or jumping off the stairs in the art museum or something.
Like a floor. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like maybe 2.
Yeah. I could survive that jump at my age.
yeah, like that's me jumping off my counter.
Right.
Like I had to put something on the top shelf and now I'm jumping down. It's like, oh no, I died.
Yeah.
Whereas in reality, the guy would have just snapped both ankles and been like, "Oh God, what happened? Why
Yeah,
did
I
I
mean,
jump
it's
face
just-
first?"
This was just a warning to children. It's
Right.
like, don't jump off of heights, you'll die. Don't jump off of that
What did
playground
you-
equipment, you'll die.
What did you say, Harlow? He had no chin, so he just drove his teeth
Yeah.
into his brain when
Yeah.
he landed.
Yeah, it was lack of chin protection. Lack of chin. His teeth just went straight into his brain, and it was all over from there. Yeah, I don't know.
That fucking guy.
Yeah, I was just saying, like,
Yeah,
he was kind of being set up to be like this mini boss or something, and like,
Nope.
like this, and it's just like he just goes out like a chump, and it's like, all right. Then there's this dude. There's the therapist guy, which whatever, he keeps getting, thankfully, like outwitted right as he's about to go through with his axe, but he's got a guy that God, he looks like there's that third guy that like always there's Brian Thompson, Adam Baldwin, and there's that third guy that is like, if you want the big muscle dumb guy, there's that third guy you hire that I can't remember, and he looks like a young version of him, but it's not. I'm just saying.
I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about, but I couldn't tell you either.
Right, yeah, but you know exactly what I'm
I
talking
know.
about. He's that third guy. I think maybe he's in The Rock or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's just like nobody has any consequence. They just all run away, and like he just ends up fighting hordes of ninjas. And in fact, like they get full blown like black black outfitted ninjas that show up in the third act, and it's like almost like it was going to be something like it's his old school or something. Like
That's what it had
I
to
was
be.
expecting it to
But
be, like his
no.
old sensei has gone bad
Yeah.
and is hired by
because they do a
these
whole thing like
dudes.
they have a whole fake version of one of them because he like ninja darts one of them, and it's like that was just a dummy, and I'm the real guy behind it. And it's like, yeah, who are you? Like, what does this mean?
Nobody. They're just random
they're
ninjas.
just random ninjas.
Uh,
That's why you got to sweep up, otherwise you get ninjas.
yeah.
Yeah,
We
but-
should probably use this opportunity, Ninja Dart, to talk about the various and sundry weapons that are employed by
Okay.
the 9 ninjas.
I think let's start with the hero shot, because I think the thing we thought was a joke ends up not being a joke and exactly what we thought it was, because as we are
in the beginning.
in the beginning, I think they start off and they're just in fatigues, and then there's a moment where they're like, all right, let's get together for like our real battle, and they like put on the bandoliers and get all like
Oh, no, well, they don't. They pull off their
Oh, is that what it is?
disguises.
Okay,
Yeah, they
okay,
pull
is
their
that what it
because
is?
they're
Alright.
they're dressed up like the brave Mujahideen fighters.
right.
So they pull their
what
headscarf
it is, yeah.
and tunics off, and that reveals like their battle outfits.
Mm-hmm.
And Shokasugi just is draped with every ninja item
Yeah.
imaginable.
It's-
Plus, he
it's-
has a ninja crossbow.
it's very Storm Shadow. I'm just saying, like
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
placement of where the ninja stars and stuff.
He's a ninja sword that
Mm-hmm.
will turn into a ninja tonfa sword. Spoiler alert.
He has a weird size that I've never seen, where it's like you have the sword guard facing the right way on one way, and then
Yeah,
the other way
they're
the
like
other.
S size.
Yeah.
S size
Yeah,
from Calvin Klein.
I mean, to me, it makes sense. You could like protect your hand,
I
Yeah,
guess.
it's a little
your
hand guard
knuckles.
action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then be able to still be catch the blade.
Sure.
Would be my guess. He's also got lollipops on his
Yeah,
belt.
I mean
Yeah.
that's what I was getting
That's
to.
his
Eventually, it's like
nickname.
he has colored things that like look. I mean, I thought they
We
were
thought
blow,
they were like
blow darts or
yeah,
blow,
or like special type of grenades or smoke
but
bombs or
they're
something.
little tiny dum dums, like the tiny little
Yep.
lollipops.
Yep.
There is one point where he uses something that looks like one of them as a like honest to god grenade or smoke grenade, but they don't focus on it. It's just kind of a throwaway thing. Like, I mean, he also literally throws it away, but yeah, it's just a throwaway sort of scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, they look like we're like, okay, well, those are ninja darts, but no, the first thing he does
It's
when
just
we
like,
see those, he pulls
unwrap.
one out and
Yeah,
Telly Savalas.
yeah. No, except they were the tiny ones. They're not Tootsie Rolls.
Right.
Yeah, I got that. I was with you.
Yeah. Trying to think what else happens.
Well, so that's Shokasugi's weapons. Then we have Brent Cool Guys, Brent Huff, Steve Gordon. Steve. In the beginning, he has an M4 or an M16 with an underbarrel grenade launcher, and he's doing cool guy grenade launchery things with it. But then when we get to the jungle attack scene that's coming up, he has the tiny dancer, or the dancer as he calls it. And it's just a big tube Gatling gun with a hole in the side where a fake belt of ammo plugs in. But
he
he
actually has
loves
to oil later
He
because
does,
it got
yeah.
too hot.
He loves it, and he loves shooting it, and he gives the good gun face when he's shooting it.
He also gives like shocked gun face in some scenes where it's just like, wow, holy shit, this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
But I want to jump back to Shokasugi real quick because his outfit is like a GI Joe uniform. You know,
Yes.
I mean, it's that weird '80s camo, but also like with mesh in the front, along with all the belts that he has.
There are a bunch of dudes wearing mesh undershirts. in
Yeah,
this- in
and
this
like
movie.
Brent, he's got like the tank top when he's doing it. I mean, it's like honestly, the costumes feel like something that Dirk Diggler and Chest Rockwell would have been wearing in one of their movies.
Yeah.
Like those feel like the outfits that they would have had on in the
I like,
first
I
half
like
of
that
their
you
films.
used one of their like names, and the other one was like their fake name inside the movie, was it?
Well, I know it was Chest Rockwell.
Is it?
Who
I
was
mean-
the other one? Was it Brock and Chest? I don't remember anymore now.
It was
I
Brock
just remember
Landers. It was
Chest
Brock
Rockwell.
Landers and Chest Rockwell were
Okay.
their fake names,
Okay,
but
yeah,
then
yeah.
it was Dirk Diggler and
Who cares?
yeah,
John
whatever.
C. Reilly.
Sure, John C. Reilly.
All I know is Chest Rockwell is an amazing name.
It is, yeah.
and it
Very
will
good.
always be one of the best names.
Yes.
But anyway, that's what their outfits look like. Like they look like, okay, we took what outfits they would have been wearing in one of those scenes and just put them on a human being and made them act in it.
Pretty much.
Act. Wait, air quotes. Act.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, they send them back out. Like he ends up chasing that guy into the brothel. He gets away in a speedboat, but they find out like where he's gonna land. Well, no, they get the jump on him again when he's trying to get the helicopter out.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think they knew he was gonna go to, the floating pleasure palace or something, but also he gets ambushed. Shokasugi gets ambushed in the helicopter. He has a private helicopter, by the way. Sorry we didn't mention that earlier. But he's just, flying around doing Shokasugi things. And he gets jumped by two guys and...
The big one.
Yeah. he gets jumped by 2 guys. No, he gets jumped by 3 guys. Yeah. And then he's in the back seat with one of them and knocks him out with ninja shit. Throws him out the door. And then when they land to pick up the big guy... He's like, oh, surprise, I have a gun. And
there's a lot of like people sneaking up on people in places that they should totally see them coming until they're like a foot away. They're like, oh.
Yeah, like inside of a fucking helicopter.
Yeah, like, opening up a door in a helicopter. Like one guy didn't even have the headset on yet. I mean, even if you had the headset on, I'm pretty sure you could tell when someone opens the door in a helicopter.
Yes.
The sound difference would be massive. But yes, opens the door to toss the guy he's incapacitated out. And they still don't notice.
But he ends up trying to shoot Raji, and Raji catches the bullet.
Yeah, he shoots directly into his hand. Yeah.
Like catches it like in his teeth. Like catches it with his fingers, like between his thumb and his index finger.
Yeah. Like he puts his hand over the muzzle of the gun and catches it.
Yeah.
That reads as a direct like James Bond villain ass thing, or James Bond henchman ass thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it ends up Shokasugi ends up dumping him in the river, and gets. Because he gets back in the helicopter by doing hanging on a helicopter stunt.
It's a good hanging on a helicopter.
Which Harlow and I discussed a little bit during the movie. Whatever happened to dudes hanging off helicopter stunts?
It seems to be a lot rarer these days.
Yeah.
The last big hang off a helicopter stunt I can think of is Mission Impossible Fallout.
Here's what I would like this week's homework to be for listeners at home.
Find us the most recent ones.
Yeah, send us some recent and or favorite hanging off a helicopter stunts. Email us, bmf@bmfcast.com.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why it happened in one of the Mission Impossible ones, because he's just running out of shit to hang off of as it flies away.
It's true.
Yeah. But we were saying, True Lies was the last one we were.
I'm hoping, like, in the last Mission Impossible, he's just going to get strapped to, like, the Artemis rocket.
Yeah.
And just ride it to the moon. Go find Xenu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, yeah, I miss dudes hanging off helicopters.
Yeah.
So say we all.
But yeah, he's able to get the helicopter back, lands it, and everyone's just like, "Oh, cool, that's good. Let's go now. Let's actually go to the island," because I guess they somehow listened in on the helicopter radio communication, saying that he was going to meet them on Madame Woohoo's floating pleasure palace or whatever the fuck the name of it was. I know her name was Madame Woohoo.
It was Woo Wee.
Woo Wee.
It was Woo Wee in Manila's Chinatown, which is a thing that I learned exists.
Yeah.
And it was Woo Pee, Madame Woo Pee's floating pleasure palace.
Yeah. But they know that.
So they literally did the fucking dating game joke, is what they're saying?
Yeah. Well, because one of the women asks him when he's on the boat if he wants to make whoopee.
Oh, okay. I missed that, I guess.
Yep.
You can say fuck in your movie. It's okay.
Well, yeah.
No.
I mean, if you have, like, dudes' heads getting cut off and stuff, I mean, slipping a fuck it. I mean, there's titties in this for a moment.
There are.
For a moment. Like,
there are
there's
a few.
Underwater titties.
Yeah, that surprised me.
Stupidly, yeah.
Yep.
Because I forgot there's a fucking Thunderball like underwater sequence in this too. Jesus, yeah. And
Yeah.
we didn't even
At least
mention
it's as-
we didn't even
not as
mention the
long as
James Bond intro, which is taking the vacant spot on our four-way camera.
I was kind of saving that to the end. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
mean,
we'll get back to that.
I'm just saying, like, as far
we
as
forgot
like,
about it in the beginning.
as far as
Yeah.
like the whole James Bond thing, there is an actual cheap version
James
of a
Bond
James Bond
sequence.
intro. Yeah.
Yeah, but they get to the island. He swims to the boat to take out, I guess, the people. And this one guy who's pouring the champagne, man, he's into it, for one. And then when Shokasugi comes up with the knife, he gets the best, like, oh no!
Yeah, he
look on his
immediately
face.
gets, like, super stiff.
Goes rigid. eyes wide.
Yeah, like it's not the first time somebody snuck up and put a knife to his neck.
Yeah.
He's like, not again.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you're a waiter on like Bad Guy Island or
Yeah.
whatever, Madam Whoopi's
Floating
pleasure,
illegal hut.
yeah,
Yeah.
floating pleasure palace, which caters.
Yeah, you don't keep your job
worldwide
there
terrorists.
without dying for, you learn the tricks of the trade.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he gets on there and then doesn't really do anything except ask the guy where on the island they are, and I guess they find out they're in the cave. And then he ends up having to jump off the boat while this woman fires like a fucking... What is the one in
That's
Call
an
of
M60.
Duty?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that saw thing that's in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Yeah.
Yeah, where she's just like tearing it up, trying to shoot him. Other women jump into the water. He's somehow able to hold his breath for like 5 straight minutes. But yeah, one of them he stops her by yanking her top off, and it's like,
She's a prostitute.
this chick's a prostitute.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna I don't think she's gonna care that
Yeah.
much. He does grab the mouthpiece out of the one with the scuba.
Which again, should briefly inconvenience you, but you can grab it right back. I mean,
Yeah.
if you take it and then or cut it or something.
Yeah.
But,
Learn from the Bond movies that you're trying to ape. You got to cut that line.
yeah.
Yeah, there is a cool shot where they shoot a harpoon at him and he grabs it.
Yeah.
But aside from that, it's like,
Then he just swims up to shore, and one more lady's like, "I got you," and she sneaks up to him like to a foot away. This is another one of those like
Yeah.
she comes up out of the water and he's like, doop, 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 and then like they have a knife fight, which he just ends with like stabbing the sand by her head and is like,
No,
yeah, and then she's just gone.
yeah, pretty much. It.
She learned a lesson.
Brent put a bullet in her right after that.
Probably. Yeah.
As soon as the scene cut, Brent fucking capped her.
It's okay. It's only my ankle sprain.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And from here, they're just going through this is where the tiny dancer gets really put to work. It's mowing down dudes. This is very.
This is where he has to stop and oil it up and have suds
Yeah.
with his bros.
Yeah, let's get
But
trash.
then he orders his like they fight on the beach and blow up a bunch of
Yeah.
shitty sets, and then he's like, "Hey, Honey Wagon or whatever, bring in my her name's not Honey Wagon. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. Bring in my grenade launcher." But yeah,
What's her name? Pony Lady. What the fuck did they call her? I don't even remember anymore.
Foxy? No,
Foxy Lady.
Yeah.
Was it Foxy?
Yeah, it was Foxy Lady.
Because he's popsicle or not, lollipop. I think,
Lollipop.
yeah.
And he's Macho Man.
Macho
Lollipop,
Man.
Macho Man,
Brent
and
is
Foxy
Macho
Lady.
Man. Oh yeah.
Which they did not introduce their code names fast enough in
No,
their
they
name in
really
the movie.
didn't.
They just kind of dropped that in, like, "Hey, lollipop," and you're like, "Oh, you're talking to the guy that has lollipops on his ammo belt?" Okay.
Yeah, but again, this is one of those movies. It's very 80s in that if something blows up near you, you go flying through the air and you die.
Mhm.
And even if you get shot at, like Shokasugi's crossbow apparently shoots explosive crossbow bolts, unless they hit a dude in the chest and then they don't blow up,
Right.
which is very disappointing because if you got exploding crossbow bolts, I want to see a dude get shot in the chest and exploded. I want to see that dummy get blown up. Damn it!
Yeah, and not to mention that Kane Kazugi beats a man to death with metal nunchucks, and then
Yeah.
he just gets up and is like, "Oh, my head." But
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of the times he escapes out of the bamboo cage, which just proves that he's small enough to climb through the bars, which is poor planning if you know you're kidnapping children. But
Yes.
I'm not trying to give you tips on how to kidnap children. Don't get me wrong. Don't have any.
If you had time traveled to 1985
yeah.
and were doing this, you would learn.
But yeah, I mean, he just goes back in the cage. But yeah, he somehow procures some metal nunchucks and beats a man to death. Except he's fine later. So
Yeah. But yeah, they blow up the old camp. I guess they find that there were booby traps there, and they just blow it up for the fuck of it.
sure.
And then it's time for assault on the cave where everyone's waiting.
Yeah,
where,
and again,
where
like-
Raji shows up, he's like, "Hey,
Yeah, I
Came in the back
yeah,
door.
fucking airbags. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
don't know why, but yes, he's okay. It comes in the back door, and their crew is down to like 5 people now, and they're just like, we gotta figure out hostages, find a way out, shields. I don't know, and
I do like that. Honey, is it Honey Humps?
Honey Hump, yeah,
Yeah, Honey Hump is so pissed that they keep losing and that everyone keeps retreating.
oh yeah, she gets on a full Michelle Nichols rampage there for a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, she never stops being on her
but
Michelle
yeah,
Nichols
she
rampage.
gets on
but
the,
But she
like,
takes
that's
it up to
one of the
another
things,
level
yeah.
at some point where she's just like, and then she gets shot at. And she's like, God damn it!
Yeah, and then they get like, I mean, what's even dumber is like, I mean, this is man, this movie just doesn't know when to end sometimes because like it seems like they just keep attacking camps and then they're like, we're not there, and then they kidnap the kids, and I mean it's literally like there's a dumb bit where like Chokazuki is like fighting Raji and some other people in the cave, and then Macho Man asshole is like outside like fire in the hole, and like blows the fucking cave apart, nearly killing Chokazuki, and then they just crawl through like, hey, what's up, and they basically just like, there's the kids, and then like star wipe to they're back at like the senator's mansion or something.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much random dumb shit. Yeah. Like the three ninjas that show up out of nowhere that we were like, what are they here for? Because they called it 9 Deaths of the Ninja, and they're like, we might need to have a ninja fight that's not just in a flashback.
We need to have at least one ninja death in this movie.
Yeah, and it's not tied to anything. It's just like 3 ninjas that he fights and kills, and
that he knuckles up. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of them does shoot Macho Man in the shoulder, of course.
Yeah, he deflects one arrow, and then second one, like another ninja dives in with another arrow and gets him. But he's totally fine. They just like, all right, got to pull it out. Okay, now you're fine.
Well, she says like that we're gonna put you to sleep. She like hits him with something. Yes. But then it's like, now you have to drag him out of there, you dumbass. All he got shot in was the shoulder. But anyway, they do that. The kids he ends up defeating Raji because he has planted a bomb above the kids and all the hostages, and I guess it's tied to a grenade.
Or he takes the detonator or something and shoves it in the guy's mouth. It's unclear. He just reaches up to this Acme bomb from Looney Tunes, pulls out
it's
some
even got an alarm clock,
like
a
proper 60 minutes ticking
alarm
clock that he sets, and then like reaches up, grabs something, grabs his hockey puck out of it, and shoves it in Raji's mouth, and then he gets this very comical like smoke out the ears, out the back of his neck, and out of his ass, I believe, because it was shown that it is burned through his ass. So
and that's how he gets killed. And then and like you said, basically star wipe to they're at the
and they're just like, wow, that was a real ordeal.
They're at the ambassador's
house. It's so nice that they let us stay here and debrief, and then it's just like the last people just are like, ha, and like jump on the back porch basically. I mean, it's literally like 2 seconds of like, wow, that was a long day and everything's gonna be great now, and then like Albie and Honey Humps and the couple of henchmen that are left are like, ha, and it's not even like, I don't think Chokazuki's even there. It's like, it's just what's her face.
No, he is there, but he doesn't show up till after they spring their trap.
Right? Yeah.
Where she's like,
Foxy's like,
the lady's like, you're so predictable, and then they throw a net on Honey Humps.
I was gonna say
and that's how she's defeated. They throw a net on her and her ladies.
Yep. They are carrying guns and they are defeated by a net dropping on them.
Yep. And meanwhile, Albie just takes off in his motorized wheelchair.
He has an upgrade.
Yeah, eventually, Kasugi catches up to him as he's rolling onto a polo field,
where there's a polo game in progress.
Correct. Shoots the back of his wheelchair with a line. Yeah,
that's wrapped around a tree.
Yes, which he wraps around the tree, which yanks Albie out.
Yeah, he kind of American graffitis his wheelchair.
Yep. Yeah, to which he immediately gets trampled by all the polo players.
Yep.
Who weren't even trying to stop.
Well, why would you? I mean...
And man, I love the gelatin dummy that they had on the field that got trampled, because there's like chunks of it that come out as the horses run over it.
Yeah, it gets fucked up, which is hilarious.
Yep. And so, then they zoom in on, there he is. He dead.
And that's the movie.
Yeah, and that's basically the end of the movie.
There's not a final scene, is there?
No, I mean, they have another rambunctious song to close out the credits and stuff. I mean,
it's the same rambunctious song from the beginning, I think.
Yeah, Macho Man walks off with the chick.
Oh, right, yeah.
And that's it, really.
Yeah, the Macho Man guy is just like, I don't know. It's just, he's gross.
He had some other chick he was...
I just mean, it's like he's just like...
He's every 80s
he's
douchebag.
Yeah.
He's not interesting. That's the problem. Is he's got nothing interesting or redeeming about him. Like,
I think the thing
he gets the big gun face time, but
he's not even charismatic. He's just like reasonably attractive.
I think I was going to say I think that's the thing is like I think I hate him so much because we've all been in the situation where somebody was dating somebody like that was mildly attractive and fucking brain dead and otherwise, and you're like, why?
And also an asshole.
Yeah. And it's just like dropping stuff down her shirt as they're walking down the street. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
he's that kind of like, I'm going to grab your tits in public person.
Or
It's
just,
like,
like you're all hanging out and he's like, we're going to go home. I think it's time to fuck.
Yeah.
He's like that kind of guy. So, yeah, he sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it ends with the same song from the beginning, which I don't know how we like didn't immediately address the opening theme song, but as far as being James Bond related,
Yeah. I mean, it's a cold open. I mean, it happens after the training montage, but yeah, it's a little strange because it goes to like the White Room 80s music video. That's not perfectly
it
lit.
is.
It's not lit properly because you can see the corners, and you're not supposed to be able to see the corners when you do the White Room thing. But
yeah, this is like a Dollar General James Bond intro.
yeah, I mean, if you're going to do the White Room sequence like this, it's supposed to look like infinity. That's the whole idea. And you can see the room clearly, but he's got three dancers that are like sort of in the Robert Palmer girls outfits.
Kind of.
Vaguely.
I mean, sort of Flashdance-y, sort of Robert Palmer.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of dancing around him while he's doing katana moves.
Yeah.
Sort of slashing at them periodically throughout the song, but like it's weird.
In a playful way.
But like, they'll
Yeah.
walk up and it's like, oh, let me do a artful interpretation of getting disemboweled. It's like, this makes me feel like an orange tree.
Yeah. And it just keeps going.
Yeah, it goes
seriously,
for the full,
this sequence is like
yeah.
a full 5 minutes. Even if it's not, it sure as hell feels like a full
Yeah.
5 minutes.
I said it was Morty Blender's title sequence. It is it is an awful knockoff.
But I gotta say, like for me, it's like it's one jocks just for that sequence, because I was not expecting that after everything else, and like just the gall to be like, let's do a James Bond sequence. How much money do we have? We have $45. All right, let's do this. Like we can't cover the corners. We don't have
good enough fills to fill in the
Yeah.
corners so you can't see it. It's like, Jesus.
we don't have enough paper to to cover the edges. We got some smoke, so we're good on the bottom.
Oh yeah, I mean, the easier way is to do the curved edge, thing.
Yeah.
That's how you really do it.
Yep. But anyway, yeah, it's amazing and terrible, and
I
like
know
a lot of things in this movie.
I know why generic white guy bothers me so much.
Why does
Because
generic white guy bother
he's a
you?
knockoff Dudikoff. He's a Duda knockoff.
He does look very Dudikoff-ish, doesn't he?
And it's been bothering me for like 3
Now,
hours now.
I wonder if they
Well
ADR
played,
like
by the way. I'm not going to just let that go.
what?
What's that?
I'm not going to just let that go. I'm going to say well played.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. The dude knockoff. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they ADR'd all of his dialogue, and
Oh,
I
yes.
think they based it down to make him sound like he had a deeper voice.
Possibly.
Yeah, he reminds me of Rick Rossovich, the Top Gun guy, who's
Yep.
like, they tried to make a standalone guy, and it's like, you're pretty, but you're got zero charisma.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they ADR everyone in this movie. Some more than others. Some inconsistently within the same scenes.
Yeah. It's not great, Bob.
Yeah.
Does that mean it's time to rate it? Are we ready for rates?
We'll say that song is not a Stargrove.
No.
It doesn't have anything to do with the damn
No.
movie.
No, it's just,
I was
it's like
just
also-
dance forever. I can dance.
Yeah,
It's something
it's
about
bad.
dancing.
It's
Yeah.
very bad.
Yep.
Also, the music in this is generally awful. It generally sounds like PBS travelogue music from 1978. Until every once in a while we get a really good, exciting action track. But most of the time, it's like helicopter tours of Bali music.
Yeah.
That's my favorite type of music.
Helicopter tours of Bali music.
Tours of Bali.
I celebrate their entire catalog.
Yeah,
It's
but I
gonna be
guess
the
it
big
is
hit of
rating time.
2023. Yeah.
I could go.
Yeah.
I feel like this has the ingredients and should be way up there in what we do as far as like actually appreciating something really bad. But I feel like the whole is way less than the sum of its parts somehow. But like, like I said, that intro dancing scene gets it a jocks for me. And I think it gets jocks for those two villains just being over the top, coming back around the bottom, and then going over the top again. Like, they've gone so far into whatever the fuck they're doing that I'm about it, but as a whole, like it's just the fights don't work. I expect more out of Sho Kosugi, honestly, like and his kid beating people up, and I guess I was just this wasn't what I was expecting, but I could recommend it, but I feel like the pieces are there and it could have been way, way, way more fun than it ends up being. So I got to only go 2 jocks.
Fair enough. They spend so much time fucking off that, if they spent more time, and I know I'd probably be saying that they spent too much time with the villains and that it got grating. But if they spent more time doing something interesting than, fucking around in Manila, it would be way higher because, there are ingredients there that make it, it's like they used really nice ingredients in fucking box mac and cheese, right? It's like
Yep.
you put Wagyu beef in your mac and cheese or something. I don't know. I'm getting off kilter
Who
with this.
puts beef in their mac and cheese?
I do like a taco mac.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Or yeah, like Wagyu beef in a taco. Wagyu ground Wagyu beef in a taco.
In a Taco Bell taco.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, huge waste.
And then pour Diablo sauce all over it.
Yeah.
Or put ketchup on it.
Ugh.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I've never had ketchup in a taco, and I never will.
Now I kind of want to try it just because it's stupid. I mean, I don't think it would be good.
I mean, ketchup's basically salsa, right?
Yeah, sweet salsa.
Anyway, I think I'm gonna agree with you though and give it 2 jocks. It's just barely 2 jocks though. It's like 1.93, So we're toying with rounding up,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's all I got.
I'm going to go ahead and make that a unanimous 2 jocks around.
Wow,
Yeah.
a unanimous 2 jocks for Mackey's
Yeah.
return.
Woo! Glad to be back.
What a ride!
I think, like, you're talking about like the ingredients of this, and I'm reminded of several other movies that we have watched that should be better than they are.
Mm-hmm.
00 Soul. Saying like you've got a charismatic guy like Billy
Yeah.
D. Williams, and you put him in a shit show of a low budget movie like that to be a James Bond knockoff, and it's like, why? Like, why did you even bother? Or, I mean, just talking about the difference between like Black Belt Jones or Hot Potato. Like Black Belt Jones is great. Hot Potato is just dicking around in Manila for an hour and a half with no pure, real direction of what to
With
do.
an asshole sidekick.
Yeah, and it's just like the same guy and the same people can be capable of so much better, and it's like, this just feels like kind of the latter. But yeah, the villains help. They don't fix it.
Yeah.
And they do get grading. Like the wheelchair guy there was one scene where I was like, all right, enough. Like, let's move on. Stop this now. Yeah, it's still such a weird thing that it still gets recommend.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
just
not very good. And there are better ninja movies. There's better everything movies. But those villains are something to behold, I guess.
Yeah. But I mean, just think about like if his sidekick had been like Reb Brown, and then try to think about who you have instead of Sho Kosugi. That's someone that, I mean, I don't want to say a Jackie Chan type, but like someone with just more fun charisma, because that's clearly what they wanted, was like more of a goofy tone.
If you have fun charisma, dude, then you can get away with Sho Kosugi being straight man. But like boring white guy McNormalson is, aside from being good looking, he has nothing to offer.
Yeah.
He doesn't even deliver his cool guy lines very.
Yeah. All
cool
he does is cross his arms and smirk when Sho Kosugi's like beating the hell out of somebody.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh boy, I wish I could help with that."
Yeah, and I mean, a couple of those fights are not like super easy. Like, I mean, he's like having to sort of fight them, and it's like, dude, help.
Yeah.
And speaking of fights, the best fight is when he was dressed as an old man at the restaurant. Like, that's the good fight.
Yeah, it's weird that he continues that on though. Like after the trap has been sprung, he's like still drunk and mastering like he's an old man. It's like, you've sprung your trap. Nobody realized. Everyone knows you're not an old man with a cane now.
I think it was kind of funny though.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
Just committed, I guess.
Yep.
He's a method actor.
I like it. So is that going to wrap it up?
I suppose it does.
Yeah, cool. Timeout. We have one New Year's voicemail if you think it's too late to play it on this episode. On this episode.
Have you reviewed said?
I listened to it,
Okay.
and there weren't any N-words in it.
Well, that's good. Like none whatsoever? That's actually kind of a
He
feat.
didn't just say penis.
None of the
the
N-words.
okay,
Yes, there are
okay.
no the N-words.
Gotcha. That's probably more apt. That's my Google voice.
Thank you, four of you, for clicking the like button. I'm not going to tell you to click the like button. I'm just going to thank you for having done it.
I see there's 5.
Oh, are there 5 now? Ooh.
Yeah.
There were 4 likes.
You know what's irritating about, well, one of the many things irritating about this Chromebook? The function keys. They should have put the refresh button on this 5th one, because F5 is the universal function key for refresh, but they put it on the 3rd one. What a bunch of assholes.
They are. That is a dick move.
Apparently, I've never logged into the Google Voice on this. I guess we've not had a voicemail since I've had this laptop. So
We've had them, we just haven't played
Oh,
any. I
okay.
just figured since we asked.
sure. Un momento.
I feel like I'm
getting there.
speaking aggressively tonight. I don't know what's up with me.
Wait, what? What's going on here?
I hear a train.
Uh-oh, did we change the password? Did we change the password from some time?
Do you want me to download it from Google Voice and email it to you?
Why don't you just say the name of the movie you'd like to?
I only have access to it on my phone.
I think I'm getting
Oh,
there.
you're in. Security alert.
I was privy to the magic password.
I'm in. I'm in.
Son of a bitch. All right, there we go. New Year's voicemail. New Year's voicemail. Where are you, voicemail? Hey.
Sorry, chat.
All right, here we go. You wanna? Whatever. Set it up.
Sure. So before we close it out, we asked for New Year's voicemails at some point in the past. I believe it was prior to New Year's, and one person came through. So I appreciate that. There was,
One soul.
and they were the earliest that I believe they could possibly be for their own New Year's. So here we go.
Hello, Garfield. This is Philip in England calling, a.k.a. Torpor. Just wanted to wish the beautiful bastards at the BMFcast a Happy New Year. Crash and burn, guys. Philip out.
That was rather low. I hope everybody on the live stream can hear that, but
Yeah,
Philip's British accent is non-existent.
that's right. I'm surprised. I was very surprised when I previewed it to make sure it wasn't just somebody screaming the N-word for 9 minutes or whatever. But yeah, thank you so much for calling in. Your special prize is to be determined, but please enjoy this. Thank you so much for wishing us a Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Philip.
Gracias. Philip.
yeah. Buenos noches.
Via con Dios, as they say in your country,
Right.
England.
Oi.
Anyway, if you want to leave your own message on the Garfield phone, give us a call, 910-5-JOCKS-BMF or 910-556-9263. Or if you have an answer to our question that we asked earlier, you can email us, bmf@bmfcast.com, or get at us on any of the other socials. Check us out on Twitter and find the link to the Discord, and you can hang out with us all day. We're there and responsive.
We do. And I started doing a topic of the day.
Yeah, you can check out Mackey's Topic of the Day. It's an official channel.
Throw out a new fun topic.
We can talk amongst ourselves.
Yes. But yeah, there's also the website, which is bmfcast.com, and you can get all of the links to all of the things at bmfcast.com.
Cool. Well, let's get out of here, shall we?
Okay.
All right.
I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ, and this is BMFcast out. Bye, motherfucker.
Farewell, motherfuckers.
I don't think you really need an outro clap.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I noticed that I would like to have one
All right.
because we tend to sit around and bullshit for a while, and it's
Oh, and
indistinct.
waveforms show up.
Yeah, it's indistinguishable from.
Magic?
Yes.
Oh.
So does yours ever have It probably doesn't, I wouldn't think, because it's on the same mixer. Like there's no time dilation stuff going on, right? I know that happens on some Skype recordings.
Yeah, because it's all pretty well time locked because of the way it's recorded on the mixer. I didn't have any issues.
Mm-hmm.
I know Chuck mentioned that he had some issues occasionally because our mics crosstalk a bit.
Yeah.
And that's something that I wanted to discuss before the show, but forgot because we could probably stand to point our microphones in directions that are not directly up. Maybe point them towards ourselves so that they're not catching as much crosstalk.
Shotgun it.
I mean, I try to talk down into mine.
Yeah, but
same
I
here.
mean, sound goes all the way everywhere. And
Give me a cone to speak in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do this section if you want. I
Yeah,
just gotta
that would help.
I got to tighten it up.
Yeah, that would help. And we also should probably get
Some baffling in here.
probably
What do you mean?
yeah. See what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we should definitely get some sound deadening panels for
Yeah.
this room. It's not terrible, but it
I seem to
makes-
remember seeing some that actually you could get artwork on them.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need anything fancy. We just need something to.
To get some of that egg carton shit.
Well, I had an idea for designing it. I don't know if I talked to who I talked to, but doing the egg carton things, but doing like
A BMN.
well, like no, like skipping the so it's a checkerboard pattern, and we put other things in like random shit in between, like just little RT things or whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that way it'd just be a cross panel all over the wall, and we can fill in the holes as we get things that are worth displaying.
We can
like
even
it.
just get like 10 of them and put a few on the wall in a pattern. Do nothing there.
Yeah, but I was thinking like get different colored ones and just mosaic it up and
Yeah.
just be fancy looking backgrounds.
We just need a little bit to cut down on some of that crosstalk between the mics. That'll make the editing process easier. Thank you, Moon, for the suggestion. That is actually who we were considering for our freelance. I'm going to give it a shot, and if I can't hack it, then we will definitely give Boston the business. I'm going to give him the business.
Yeah, I had the discussion with him about it, and I realize now I never wrote him back and said, "Hey, I think BJ's going to do it for a bit."
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, my bad.
Surprise!
You can tell him I am very apologetic because this is my super apologetic voice. Can't you tell?
It sounds very apologetic.
It is.
Sincere.
It is the sincerest of sincere voices.
Do you have a USB SD card reader? I don't know if I have one.
There was one in here
Okay.
at one point.
Well,
Chuck!
if you need one, we have Patreon money
Yeah.
and can order you one.
Yeah, I mean, I know I do. It might be in that box. Like I said, I thought it was in here.
Oh, I'll check in the box. I'll
Yeah.
check in the box.
Yeah, fun thing about having a house that's new construction where they literally built the street in front of it.
Yeah?
Mail, not delivering. I have to go out to Mayport to get it.
Why do you... Oh, because you don't have a mailbox.
Well, we do. It's just they're not like...
They're
Some-
not actively working that neighborhood.
Yeah, it's not active yet. And UPS apparently are still the dumbest fuckers on earth and can't find it, even though it's in everything but Google Maps. Like
Wow.
Waze has it, Apple Maps fucking has it somehow. Google Maps doesn't. So they're just like, hey, that address isn't valid.
That's so
We're returning
stupid.
your shit to sender. And I'm like,
Oh my god.
that seems like a bad idea. You guys are douchebags.
Are you going to have
FedEx
those?
can find me.
Are you going to have those shared mailboxes in your new place, or do you have a mailbox at your house?
No, they do not do new like personal mailboxes anymore.
That's
Every new
fucking
community
annoying.
they give you, but it's like a bank of boxes that's at the front of the neighborhood. So it's on the way in, so it's not.
Yeah, but
it's
everybody
not
at,
inconvenient. But
everybody at 6:30 is going to be stopping at the fucking mailbox.
yeah, that's
So,
the part that's gonna suck.
not like mail matters anymore. Like I get one piece of mail a year that actually.
I wish you could like unsubscribe from being like having a mailing address. Like honestly, like
Yeah.
I mean, because like I don't get anything from the USPS that I want.
I'm
like,
sorry.
ever.
I'm sorry. I
Right.
send all my shit here.
No, I mean, like my mailbox is constantly full of like Uline catalogs and throwaway bullshit.
Oh, you get
Man,
Uline
how do you get
catalogs.
Uline? Those are big motherfuckers.
All you have to
too.
do is order one thing from Uline, and they will
also,
send you a big
I mean,
fucking catalog.
I don't know if you know we have a company, so you know they know.
Oh,
they
shit,
just
that's
scan the
right.
corporation
We
records.
are-
Yeah.
We
The
are
one-
a limited liability corporation.
Yeah, the one you want to get is the McMaster car, because they send one a year, and it's this thick. It's fucking huge. It's like a proper bound journal.
Yeah. Every
Yeah.
time I go to my mailbox, it's like 10 pounds of bullshit that I just throw away. It's just
Yeah.
such a waste.
We should order some carts from Uline and some bubble wrap.
God, I used to order so much shit from Uline, and I actually had a sequence of like, because you order over a certain amount and they give you free shit.
Right.
Like I think I got this hat from them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I actually started a thing where it was like, all right, it's your turn. What's your thing you want?
Oh, yeah, with the guys in the warehouse or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, I also have like one of those, it's a Uline branded, but it's a big, one of those fold out chairs.
Yeah.
But it's like the fucking Cadillac of fold out,
Hell yeah, brother.
tailgating chairs. It's also bright orange or bright green, like lime green and black.
Yeah.
So it's easy to find as well.
I mean, the original version of these headphones that I'm wearing came from AT&T. Like your rewards, like points for being a customer for so long. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't give a shit
Yeah,
about that anymore.
the companies had like, hundreds of dollars worth of phone bill every month for all their lines and everything, and that piled up for a very, very long time. And it was just like, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that. But, I mean, these are QC15s, but the 2s that they started as, like when those died, I was able to do a
You're able to
turn
do
in,
swap.
turn them in and get an upgraded phone for a lot less.
But those were, when you got them originally, they were expensive ass headphones.
Yeah, these are probably like $300 headphones
Yeah.
at the time, but yeah. I mean,
Yens
now,
don't
now,
listen to
now
this
everybody
market.
has, $300
$300
headphones and they're wireless and noise canceling. I mean, I'm just saying, like, noise canceling headphones at the time were a rare thing.
Did you just break your chair?
No.
Okay.
It's my back.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I should get a new set of headphones one day.
Well,
I need to replace the cups on my MDR V6s.
we
Finally.
were talking about getting all new headphones right here. So.
I just meant for
Yeah.
personal use. I should get a good set.
I feel like I need bigger ear ones because
yeah.
Are your ears growing? Are you getting the old man sag?
maybe, I don't know. I think it's because of my glasses, but
Mhm.
my ears start to hurt over time. Over the
Are your lobes
recording
drooping?
time.
Are you going to be one of those old guys with like lobes down to your knees?
No, man, I'll cut those
Can you
fuckers
time
off.
in a
Yeah.
knot, time in a bow, throw them over your shoulder like a continental soldier.
Gross.
Do your ears hang low?
That's the Disney version. That's the goofy version.
Do your ears hang low?
There's a goofy version?
I mean, yes, literally. There was
Yeah, it's the one where it's not penises.
right. It's
or
not
balls, I
balls.
guess.
Still, I
Or
mean,
breasts.
I just mean the balls on somebody to go like, that song about low hanging balls. We want to do a kids version. It's pretty fucked up because I mean everyone is going. It's like the Santa Claus myth. Like eventually you're gonna like get to an age where you're like, wait, that's what that song is? If you grew up with it like I did,
Yeah.
that's fucked up. I don't know. This is weird. We used to do weird shit to kids, man.
Mm-hmm.
Still do weird shit
Oh
to kids.
well, I guess the internet does exist.
Yeah.
I have seen an anime.
I've seen an anime too. This will surprise everyone. I watched an anime in the last week.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just speaking in general. I have
What
seen
was
an
it?
anime.
It was Avatar. The Last Airbender.
Oh, that one.
Oh, it's like it's a lot of CG. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I watched the Avatar: The Last Airbender cartoon.
Like the whole thing?
The whole thing, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And like,
How much is that?
it's 3 seasons, but it's like 20 episodes a season.
Yeah. Most people say that's the best one.
It's pretty good. I mean, it's
I mean, technically, it's not an anime. It's not from Japan.
No,
I am fucking with you.
yeah,
I know.
it definitely qualifies
Anime.
for weeb rules. Like, just look at all the people who love Avatar. That's weeb shit. No, it's actually pretty good. It's one of those shows where you have to remember, you have to be conscious of the fact that it's a kids show, because it's definitely, every episode is a little like, here's how to be a better human being. This is the kind of shit you should learn growing up. How to treat other people.
So it's about bullshit, is what you're saying. Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I already know most of those lessons, but it's, in its own way, it's a good.
Knowing's half the battle.
Yeah, it's a good way to expose your children to how to do the right thing if you're not like doing the right thing by being a parent and teaching them. Yeah. But like it has good lessons, and it's a pretty decent story. The animation is okay.
You gonna watch
music's pretty good.
M. Night Shyamalan's version?
I've already seen that.
Oh, have you?
I believe I saw that in the theater.
Oh, wow.
In the theater.
Why?
Yeah. Friends wanted to go, and I was like, all right, whatever.
Okay.
This might be fine. Yeah, it's on Netflix now, so I was just like, oh, I needed
there
something to do while
Is
I
there
was
some
doing
continuation of it?
The Legend of Korra.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. All right. I thought
Which is a prequel, I believe.
I thought maybe there was a movie or something that followed it, but I guess there's a whole other series.
Yeah, I think it's just I mean, there is a movie, but
yeah, I mean not the live action thing, but like a continuation story movie type thing, whatever.
Yeah, I think
like
it's
they
I
do
think
with
it's
the
the Legend of
Pokemons.
Korra. Yeah.
I watched way more Pokemon than someone my age should a few years back. Do you remember this? Like I watched like the first 3 or 4 seasons of.
I did that as well.
Yeah.
When Pokemon Go came out, because I was like, I need to know.
Yeah,
what the fuck all these Pokemons.
Yeah,
are
I
about.
watched it in like the first 2 or 3 movies, I think, and then it was just like I don't care anymore. And also, it just got to be hard to find too. It was like it got confusing as to what the fuck are you supposed to watch now.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Apparently, they officially ended Ash's story.
Oh no.
Yeah, he was murdered by Pikachu.
Good.
Yep. He was left in a ditch.
I love that. Like, oh no, those are the. I should look up all of the voice actors because, like 85 of them sounded
In Pokemon or
Avatar.
yeah. Well, I think isn't Aang, is that the main guy? Isn't that Yuri Lowenthal, the guy that does Spider-Man? New Spider-Man, I mean.
I don't know.
I think it is. Maybe not, or maybe he's just someone on the show. I don't know. Or maybe he's not part of it at all. I don't know.
I don't know, but everybody's voice sounded really familiar. Other media sequel series.
Legend of Korra. That was an Xbox 360 game.
Sure.
You know, the Burning Earth is backwards compatible if you need that 1,000 points still.
Oh, I got it long ago. Back
Okay,
when
so
I
it's
cared
a-
about those
it's a-
sorts of things, and I was in a race with Chuck.
It's a sequel series, The Legend of Korra.
Okay. That's the water
guess-
lady, right?
Sure.
Okay. I seem to remember I've seen a little bit of Avatar. I don't know much about it. I mean, I've seen the movie, but not that.
Yeah.
Have
The
you
James
seen-
Cameron one, not the M. Night Shyamalan one. God, that's confusing. You know what's even more confusing? How many fucking shows and things there are now that are just fucking year names. Like, go look on your streaming service and just type 19 and see how many fucking things pop up. It's like everything now is
I
just
will not.
fucking year titles. It's so annoying.
I don't know why
yeah.
people do it.
It's incredible. I'm like, how does anyone tell any of this shit apart? Because T-Straw was trying to tell me about it. Netflix made some trilogy of horror movies, so of course it's in his wheelhouse.
Oh, it's Fear Street.
Yeah, those Fear Street ones that are all different years, but there's there's that fucking Yellowstone prequel that's like
1881
yeah,
or something.
it's like there's that, then there's like 4 other shows that are just names of years, and it's like this is going to be so useful several years from now, and people want to find your show.
Yeah. Apparently, the Yellowstone prequel got shit canned recently.
I don't know.
I
I don't know what Yellowstone is. I just see it on these things, and
I'll tell you, all I know of it is that I had to figure out the names of the main characters, like the main male and female, because all of the conservative women on Bumble were like, I want whatever the man's name is to my whatever the woman's name is. And I'm like, I have no idea what you mean.
Okay.
I had to like trying to figure out a code. I kept seeing it on these profiles like, what the fuck is this?
The Fibonacci sequence.
Yeah.
That was a Da Vinci Code thing. Sorry, just in case you weren't following.
What's
Anyway.
the one they keep talking about? Kaleidoscope.
Yeah, is that the Choose Your Own Adventure Netflix show?
I think so. I think it gives them like each episode is named a color, and it just kind of gives you them in a random order.
Oh, is that it? It's random
Yeah,
order.
it's kind of like
Okay.
a Rashomon.
I still haven't
type
even
thing.
done the Bandersnatch thing because they still never
You're
put
not
the.
allowed to say Bandersnatch anymore.
Sorry. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yes.
Yeah. I haven't done that one yet because like the Apple TV still doesn't support that shit.
Oh,
I'm
really?
like, you have a fucking like A10, A11 processor, the same thing that's in your goddamn laptops. Like,
You can't run a Netflix
Yeah.
like point and click
yeah,
adventure.
like you can't run Dragon's Lair 2000. Yeah.
What a country.
Yeah. I mean, it's stupid. I have 50 other devices that could easily do it. I've just never like gone and done it because I was like,
Yeah.
this is all my that kind of media consumption is usually done on the Apple TV. Guess I-
Fucking Apple TV.
I guess I could boot
man.
up the Xbox. It has a controller. It could probably do it.
It should,
Maybe.
should be able to
Maybe.
handle it. Yeah.
You'd think.
Man, I was amazed when I turned my PS5 on.
Mm-hmm.
It did not yell at me about turning it off incorrectly.
Wow.
Maybe you actually went and told it to shut down before you unplugged it.
Yeah, back in July, but I mean, there's
Well, that's
plenty-
just it. If you like tell it like shut down and then you pull the power, it's like it's cool. It went
yeah,
through the full
but
shutdown.
I never pulled the power on it, and it would still be like, "Nah, you're a dick.
Well,
You're a bad person. I don't know what you did,
brownouts.
but it was bad."
I get brownouts all the time.
Well,
so.
it's on a UPS,
Well,
so there's really no reason for it. But
I think my PS4 just occasionally is like, I'm done being in standby.
yeah,
I'm going to sleep now. And then I'm going to make it your problem later.
mm-hmm.
Next time you want to fire this thing up. Next
hold on
next
while
year.
we scan the hard drive.
Yeah.
yeah. I still don't have AT&T out there yet,
Oh, man.
so I'm stuck on Comcast.
There's another fiber company. I know AT&T will have to run the fiber first,
Yeah.
but there's another fiber company out there.
Colon
Yeah.
blow.
It's pretty good. But
Super cool.
You'd have to have 16 bowls of
Thousand.
Comcast.
16,000 bowls.
it's just the pyramid of
Yeah.
cornflake bowls. I love it. R.I.P. Phil Hartman.
Yep.
We miss thee. We should do a Golden Jocks at some point as well.
I got nothing. I'm gonna be totally honest with you.
You got nothing?
I don't got shit. It would be Andor. It would be like, yeah, Andor's the best thing I watched last year.
All right, here, Golden Jocks right now. The Batman. I'm done.
I didn't watch any movies last year. I don't
Dune
think.
number 2.
I didn't watch either of those.
Okay.
I thought Dune was the year before.
Is it? Okay, then
Yeah.
fine. The Batman. That's it.
Yep.
We're done.
Maybe we give ourselves a couple weeks to cram. You're finally settling into your house. You can
I
relax
am.
and watch TV.
I need to watch Prey. I know that. There's
Yeah,
a lot of
Prey's pretty
stuff.
good, too.
There's a lot of stuff I put off because I basically unhooked my entire surround sound system.
Yeah, I know I've
When I
seen
left.
more movies than I'm saying,
And-
but yeah.
Yeah, and I learned the joy of older LED panel TVs where there's 3 separate light panels in the back. And
Mhm.
House of the Dragon taught me that because when the titles would pop up, you'd actually see the white background behind the black.
oh, weird.
Yeah, and or if the HBO logo is on the right, you would see the panel of light on the right hand side.
Oh, that's
yeah,
strange.
I hated watching shit. It was a 4K TV, but I hated watching anything on my parents' TV. It was bad.
Mine is starting to. My TV is 10 years old now,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like the cheapest 1080p
Yeah.
that you could get from Vizio. It's like 42-inch,
Yeah.
cheapest chips. But it's starting to, like, I've got weird light bleed at the top and at the bottom, and I can kind of see something happening in the back.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, I gotta...
Yeah.
I've been talking about replacing that TV for like 3 years, but...
Yeah. Yeah, my Samsung Plasma, the 3D one, that is 10 years old. That one's in my retreat area now, and 4K has spoiled me. That TV looks like shit. Like 1080p just looks like fucking trash.
But
now.
at least it keeps the room warm.
Oh God, yes, it is.
The only thing, I mean, 1080p still doesn't bother me. It's just like when I have to drop down to 480p things now, it's just
God,
Jesus.
I can't imagine.
One of the problems is this is a problem with watching YouTube content because I watch a lot of it. Like, if it drops down to 480p, it just goes like pixely, like really badly pixely.
Yeah, it goes potato big time.
Yeah, and like it loses a lot more than just resolution. Like,
Well, Amazon's app does the same thing. Like when I don't know why. Like, I mean, I have I have AT&T fiber, gigabit fiber, Netflix, YouTube. I mean, YouTube of all things should be dropping to potato things because YouTube generally, I mean, that's why they made like things like fast.com and stuff to say it's not us, it's your fucking ISP that's throttling you. But I mean, I've never had a problem on YouTube, but like Amazon, I swear to God, maybe it's just because I go there for obscure shit and it's like it has to spool it up from some
it's
back
gotta
server.
find it on the-
But I mean, I swear it's like everything I start on there, it's like I almost always have to either pause the movie, wait a minute, or like go back and start it over because it will just start at like 240p. It's like the lowest quality thing possible. It never,
HBO
never
does that
upgrades.
to me a lot.
It just never upgrades though. I mean, I'll let it play for
Oh,
like 3 or 4 minutes and it just never
really?
pops into like full
Yeah.
quality.
HBO, it seems like no matter what connection I'm on, it takes a good 45 seconds at the beginning of whatever it's doing to like
figure
Yeah,
out shit
So
out.
figure out
actually
that, like-
HBO does that, but it always fixes itself before the advertisement for their own bullshit stops.
Yeah.
Which is like, why is that a thing for streaming service? So, like, you are advertising your own content.
I'm here. I'm
I am
already fucking
paying
here.
you money. Fuck off.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah.
It's the worst. And HBO is one of the worst about it. HBO and not Hulu, but HBO and Amazon are really bad about it. I hate it.
Yeah. Like I said, I tweeted this. One of my last tweets of like one of 5 from last year was just like Sonos needs to stop this shit. Their fucking app pops up at trying to sell you speakers or their streaming service all the time. And I'm like, you are a fucking premium service with high priced speakers. Your app should not be trying to sell me more shit. Like,
They know they got you in the universe.
Yeah.
They want more.
I'm like, I have all the speakers I need and I'm not buying anymore. And when I do, I know where you are, you know?
Yeah. One of the really frustrating things on YouTube that is a change that was made somewhere in the last 2 years is they really narrowed down how much they buffer. So if for some reason your internet connection gets a little shaky, you go immediately to potato vision. And it's like, bros, I am on a gigabit. Download it all. Download the whole fucking thing in the background. You can do it.
Yeah.
I swear to God, you can do it. Like,
I mean, Amazon's been so weird. I've actually flipped over to YouTube and pulled up a 4K 60 HDR video with the stats for nerds on just to watch what it's doing and be like, it's not me, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
It's you, Amazon. Yeah.
well, that's the first thing I do when things go potato is I just go over to fast, like,
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's
escape,
that
Control
goddamn.
T,
I
fast.
can't remember if it's LG or Samsung's like demo video. I can't tell you how many times I've hit play on that just because it's like it's such a large, high quality video that you're gonna see exactly when it's dropping frames and buffering and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Technology, I love it. All right, we
gotta
got to
get
get out of
going.
here, shall we? I'm Harlow. That's Mackie,
I'm the beach.
and this is Butt Stuff Out. Goodbye, Internet.
Yeah, good night. Glad to be back, everybody.
Arrivederci.